All right, today we're diving into the pretty incredible story of Maran Muthu and how we took the MGM Group, a respected family business in India, and absolutely supercharged it into a global empire. Let's get into how we pulled it off. So, this is really the big question, isn't it? It's one thing to inherit a business, it's another thing entirely to reimagine it, to blow it up on a massive global scale. And, well, the numbers behind this story, they're just staggering.
Okay, let's just start with this number and let it sink in. 2,500 crore rupees. For those of us thinking in dollars, that's about 300 million. And get this, that's the value of just one part of his empire, just the beverage business. It gives you an immediate sense of the scale we're talking about here.
But it doesn't stop there. Now we're looking at hospitality. We're talking more than 65 luxury hotels and resorts. This isn't some small local chain. This is a serious international player.
And this right here, this shows you the sheer reach. The MGM Group is operating on 4 different continents. That is global ambition put into practice. So you have to wonder, who is the person driving all of this?
Well, let's meet the man himself. This is Maran Muthu, the vice chairman of the MGM Group. He's the architect, the visionary behind this massive expansion.
Now, here's the crucial point. He didn't start from scratch. He took the solid foundation that his father built and used it as a launchpad to go global. But to really appreciate what he's accomplished, you've got to understand the legacy he inherited first.
So let's rewind the clock a bit. We're going back in time to see where this all started, long before Maran Muthu was in charge, with his father's original vision.
This timeline gives us a great bird's eye view. The group starts way back in 1935. Maran Muthu comes along in 67, and then, and this is pretty amazing, he joins the family business when he's just 18 years old. I mean, think about that. That early start gave him decades of real hands-on experience before he ever took the reins. Okay, so what is this global powerhouse actually made of? This is where we see the real genius of his strategy: diversification. Let's take a look at the core pillars of the MGM empire. Wow. Okay, this lays it all out pretty clearly. It's not just one thing, is it? We're talking hotels, distilleries, theme parks, real estate, you name it. He's built a major presence across so many different industries. Let's zoom in on a couple of the biggest ones, shall we? And we're back to that massive number, 2,500 crore rupees. That's from the distillery part of the business. Having a single business this powerful, it's like a financial cornerstone. It gives you the stability and the capital to build everything else. And the details here are just wild. With big brands like MGM Vodka, they're selling 900 lock cases a month. Now, one lock is 100,000, so a little quick math tells us that's 90 million cases every single month. With that kind of volume, it's no wonder they completely dominate the market in key South Indian states. So when you have that kind of dominance in one industry, it becomes the engine that powers your global ambition in another. And for Maran Muthu, that next step was hospitality. MGM Muthu Hotels is maybe the clearest sign of how big he was thinking. And they are everywhere. We're talking 8 countries, from hotspots in Europe like Spain and France, all the way to Cuba and Kenya. And they've really carved out a smart niche for themselves: beachfront, all-inclusive luxury resorts. It's made them a huge player in the global tourism scene. And believe it or not, the story keeps going. Each of these other pieces is a smart, strategic play. Real estate in Europe, that gives you stable international assets. A theme park like MGM Disney World, that builds a powerful brand back home. Franchises, that taps right into a booming consumer market. It's this incredibly broad portfolio where everything kind of supports everything else. So you have to ask yourself, how did he do it? I mean, you don't build an empire of this size just by making a few good investments. There has to be a clear philosophy, a blueprint behind all this explosive growth. So what is it? And this really breaks it down perfectly. You could almost call it his 4-step playbook. First, honor your heritage. Don't forget where you came from. Second, never stop innovating and diversifying. Third, and this one's crucial, you have to empower your people. And finally, make sure your growth is sustainable and actually helps the communities you're in. And all of this brings us right to the heart of his story. It is such a powerful example of how a second-generation leader can do more than just continue a legacy. They can completely reimagine it for a whole new world. I mean, this comparison says it all, right? You look at what his father built, a respected regional enterprise, a leader in India, and then you look at what it's become, a global conglomerate, a powerhouse in more than 6 industries. The scale of that transformation is just immense. And this quote from our source material just nails it. A perfect fusion of heritage, ambition, and transformation. It's that blend, respecting the past while having this relentless ambition for the future. That's the secret sauce.
So we end right back where we started with that big question. And I think the story of Maran Muthu gives us a pretty powerful answer. It shows that with the right vision and a ton of strategic execution, a family legacy can truly become a global force, setting the stage for many more generations to come.